2012, the European NASCAR fans have been able to follow races made in the USA on the Autospeedway. Both spectacular and popular, these races have attracted thousands of spectators, and it seemed obvious for the series organisers to put in place a second oval round from 2015 onwards. A first visit then for the Raceway Venray as part of the Autospeedway American Style gathered thousands of fans, much to the delight of the track owner, Harry Mason.
Very happy we have the first race here in Venray from the NASCAR Euro Wheel Series. George Silverman from the States, he's coming here and look what we do here. And I think it is good for Europe. Then we have an oval race for this car. The car is built for oval racing. And I think it is good for the whole NASCAR that we have now the race here in Venray.
I think guys in the US are starting to get worried with the guys that we're bringing through the ranks here. We have some very young drivers that are driving very well on this half-mile track. It's very fast, great sound, great for the crowd. So hopefully it's going to be good weather and everyone's going to enjoy themselves.
We're very proud to host the NASCAR Whelen Euro Series here. It was a dream of Harry to get the NASCAR races in Venray. So finally we have them here, so we're very honored and proud. We had a very nice contact with the organization, so that went well. So it was a little bit of a challenge, but it went good.
The first contact for NASCAR we have it in 2004 in the States with George Silverman. And it was great what I see there in Daytona. He had 250,000 spectators. It was very great, and I think we must do that in Holland.
So another fully dedicated NASCAR Whelen Euro Series this weekend. The Dutch fans have had the opportunity to meet their favourite drivers and the teams too. And like the Valencia American Fest contest last month in Spain, the Autospeedway American Style is not only reserved for hardcore motorsport fans, with several activities being organised for the whole family.
We have a children's area with they can paint their faces, they can play. Next to that, there are autograph sessions with the drivers, meet and greet with the drivers. Today there will be cheerleaders and football players to entertain the audience.
And to guarantee a huge success for the meeting, the track promoter has had to do a lot of media communication as well.
We did a lot of promotion. Social media is very important now. So we do a lot on social media. We made posters, flyers. We were in newspapers. Also did some interviews on the radio. So we do our best.
The interest from the public is becoming more and more. Social media is helping, Twitter, Facebook, it's gone viral. I've heard that we've got some very big names in the US now following us and watching us on the internet, so it's absolutely brilliant. We're really pleased.
So complete satisfaction for the track promoter as well as for the Whelen Engineering, who have been the title sponsor for the official NASCAR series in Europe since 2013.
We're very happy and very proud to be the headline sponsors of the NASCAR Whelen Euro Series, and hopefully in the future we'll continue to do so.
The Dutch fans here in Venray have really enjoyed the show, and no doubt it'll be the same story in Great Britain for the third edition of the American Speedfest in Brands Hatch on the 6th and 7th of June. Last race of the weekend in Raceway Venray, the category Elite 2. It's 60 laps on the agenda, and it's going to be very hard for these drivers. After a commanding win in race number 1, Philippe Lietz is on pole position ahead of Gianmarco Ercole and current championship leader Salvador Tineo Arroyo. We have Guillaume de Flandre and Thomas Ferrando as well making up the top 5. First Lady Carole Perrin starts in 8th place, and the safety car about to peel into the pits will leave all these drivers competing for victory. Off we go, the safety car is in, the lights turn green, it's time to race the final time here in Venray. Off we go, the poleman Philippe Lietz makes a great start ahead of Ercole and de Flandre. Yes, he does, he's through. And that is the first bit done, the first job done, pushing the cars wide. What a great start for Philippe Lietz on the outside there. Still needs to hang on, not quite through just yet. Second turn in, has now got some space and really is into the lead. Dominating the first race, already ahead in the second, and also a gap opening up straight away for him. Little bump at the back there for De Flandre on a Whelen into turn 4, and Renoir has made the most of that, overtaken De Flandre there in car number 77. The battle for 5th, that is a 3-car battle. We have got car number 11, that one belonging to Longen. He's fighting very, very hard with, 2 other drivers, with Arroyo and with De Flandre as well. Really, really going for it into 5th place. Who's going to have this one? 3 cars do not go into 1, as we know, but they are fighting for it pretty cleanly as we go on board with Ulysses Delso up ahead of him. You can see he's behind Venray and ahead of De Flandre, who loses a couple of spots after making a mistake. Into the wall he goes. All the cars are all trying to get around him, trying to not get tagged and trying to not get hit into the wall themselves, but he loses 2 spots there. That was a bit of a mess, it has to be said, after hitting the wall or tapping the wall, but it could have been a lot worse. Overtaking the 9th place then is car 3 over 24. And the battle for 2nd is as strong as it was. 3 cars all fighting for 2nd place, with Renoir there really, really putting the hammer down right behind the car belonging to Coley. So there are battles, as I said a number of times, on every single part. We go on board with Florian Renoir right behind Coley, trying to make him make a mistake, but Coley seems very, very focused and is not going to let this slip, or is going to try his hardest not to let this slip anyway. A couple of back markers there. It's good to see the way they move over onto the inside of these ovals to allow the cars to go past them and not slow them up too much. On to the battle for 4th place. 2 cars fighting for 4th place. There are 3 cars behind them fighting for 7th place, of course, a few places back. But there are little gaps opening up, little pockets of action throughout this entire race, throughout this entire track. And we go on board now one more time with Ulysses Delso. Is he going to dive in on the inside? He is one of these people trying to get 7th place. Couldn't quite make it stick. Looked like he got it just there, but couldn't quite do it. In the Legend Trophy, though, Eric de Doncker is leading, Lennart Venray in car number 2, and Didier Beck in car number 8. And remember, within the championships, there are other trophies going on all the time. That was de Doncker. And it's also good to see Simone Loretti, the Gentleman Trophy leader, the best gentleman on track at the moment, in car number 12. There is a huge battle in 7th place, or for 7th place I should say, between Perrin, Delso and De Flandre. And Carol Perrin is currently in 7th place as well. Fantastic performance for Carol Perrin. Brilliant stuff. Great to see her up here. Back in the lead, though, it is Lietz ahead of Coley, ahead of Renoir, Ferrando and Teneo Arroyo. The top 6 flying away from the rest. This race has been really fluid. No major caution going on at the moment. All the drivers really putting the hammer down. You can see the gap that Lietz has there. And the leading pack is now closing in quite significantly on the back markers. And this is really when things do start to get interesting. Drivers have to be so careful as they go through the traffic. We saw it earlier on. And Florian Renoir is in 3rd place, taking the inside line. Yes, taking the inside line just there as they go past the back markers. Trying to see if they can get some room. Not quite making it through that time. So many cars, 3 or 4 cars wide at different times right now. Renoir again taking the inside line, cars bunching up, and well, they're all still trying to fight each other, trying to get through, but the back markers making it all a little bit more interesting. Round the outside the race leaders go, on the inside go the back markers. And Renoir really is trying all he can to get through, but getting blocked there into turn number 2. The Austrian can't take the outside line that's already been taken by Coley and Ferrando, who follows the path and takes 3rd place. So that's what happens when the back markers get involved. They do slow the drivers up. They have to make a decision, and sometimes it doesn't go quite to plan. You can see it just there on the outside. So there's the race leader. Lietz quite a long way ahead right now. Let's have a look at his overtaking manoeuvre. You can see there how Renault gets stuck on the inside and then gets passed on the outside by not one, but two different drivers. In the battle for 7th is Carol Perrin in car 54, the Lady Cup leader, battling hard against Del Flandre and Del So. We're on board with Carol Perrin right now. Overtaking the back markers, Francesca Lanosi and Nikki Peterson. Back to the action again at the front, cars weaving all over the place. They really are trying to find the best line. It's very, very tricky when you get so many cars involved. We are on board with Del So in car number 3, overtaking Del Flandre for 8th position on the outside. Great stuff, well done. Now on board with Carol Perrin, on the way to a top 10 this weekend. Since the integration of the Carl Racing team, she's been very fast in this Elite 2 division. So back on board we go with Del So. Bit of a gap there between Del So and Perrin, who's ahead, but quite a long way ahead as we can see. And Del So just trying to hunt Carol Perrin down and see if he can get a little bit of a drive off of the turn maybe. Maybe you get some slipstream, something like that. But Perrin goes in quite fast. Oh, has locked up, no, straight into the wall, and she's missed her braking point, crashing straight into the wall, taking out a couple of cars as well. Oh, that is a huge shame. Francesca Lanosi and Nikki Peterson were not able to avoid her. As you can see, round she goes. A huge impact just there. As we see it from another angle, she spins ahead and turns, and straight into her go two other cars. She picks them up on the way, 2 more bumps, and well, it takes 3 cars out of the race. A real shame. On board, as we saw, with Carol Perrin and then Del So. So it's time for the restart. Lap 53, way less than 10 laps to go. Lietz needs to do it all again, makes a good start. He's side by side with Ercole, but somehow manages to put the foot down again and stay ahead. Phenomenal driving, particularly on these cambers, which can catch you out oh so easily, and we've seen happen so many times. Ferrando on the outside line overtakes Ercole as well. So the battle for 3rd place is Ercole in the lead. That one looking very, very strong this weekend. Great stuff. So not many laps to go. The white flag is in fact being waved. 1 more lap to go. Lietz in the lead, heads to the 2nd win of the weekend. All he's got to do is keep it together. The Austrian very much on top of his game on the Raceway Venray on this oval circuit. Only 1 more turn to go. Can he hold on? It looks good to me. Deserves every moment of this. Yes, crosses the line, takes the checkered flag. 2nd win of the weekend for Philippe Lietz there. For GDL Racing, Thomas Ferrando finishing 2nd ahead of Gianmarco Ercole and Steens Longen. It is the 1st rookie. We have Simone Loretti winning the Gentleman Trophy, Eric De Donker the Legend Trophy, while Francesca Lanosi wins the Lady Cup, taking the honours there. And naturally, Philippe Lietz completely over the moon. Thomas Ferrando is there too, congratulating him. Great spirit and a well-deserved win as well.